As I started recording this review, I realized that it's not really the best time or day for me to review something because my throat's gone and I've hardly slept the night before. So yeah, it's not a great time, but I'm still gonna try and do this. I am talking about IC814, the Kandhar Hijack on Netflix, and this is something that I have binge watched after ages. Yes, it was the luxury of a weekend, so that was a plus, but it was so bingeable that I just kept going on, and it just was flowing so well that you didn't realize how much of it you had watched. So that's the best kind of show that you can watch. Not really something that I can box in one genre, but if I had to still put it into a combination of genres, I'd say it's a drama meets a thriller meets a docu-series. So it's a great combination to have, and Anubhav Sinha as the director and the writer of this series is one of the best people to have on a show like this. He's done Mulk, followed by Article 15, followed by Thappad. So that's his filmography. Yes, the one after that was Anek, that just did not land, featuring Ayushmann Khurrana. Some of the people from those films are part of this ensemble cast. And first of all, yeah, before I say anything, I have to say this. मेरी औकात नहीं है ये रिव्यू करने की. I don't think किसी की औकात है ये रिव्यू करने की, looking at the cast that's available at hand. I mean, just Nasseruddin, Shah and Pankaj Kapur in a scene together, in a few scenes together, cannot really express how I felt looking at that, because it's just such a dream to watch these guys together, and it's been a while. Just their body language, how they approach a role, it's like they don the costume of the character, literally the skin of the character, and you just start believing that's the person this man is, and he's always been this person. The Nasseruddin Shah in IC814 can never be confused with the painter in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Pankaj Kapur, the character in IC814, can never be confused with the lovable coach from Jersey. Yes, those roles aren't really something that will cause a problem to a person like Nasseruddin Shah or Pankaj Kapur, but that said, they were there as part of this cast, and that is a big plus for TV series in general in India. As for rest of the cast, you've got Kumud, Mishra and Manoj Pahwa. Those are the two guys that you get at the next level. And Manoj Pahwa, oh my god, because Manoj Pahwa with the combination of Anubhav Sinha is just something else. Anubhav Sinha refuses to believe that Manoj Pahwa is a comedian, continues to give him roles which are way beyond what somebody would imagine, and Manoj Pahwa goes ahead and delivers the shit out of them. Whether it was Mulk, whether it was even Anek, he was fantastic in Anek, or whether it was Article 15, Manoj Pahwa was sublime. Once again, Manoj Pahwa is mind-blowing. Anubhav Sinha loves him for a reason, and it's very, very obvious why. If you do not watch it for anything, just Manoj Pahwa negotiating with the terrorists, that itself is worth watching. Almost forgot to talk about Kumud Mishra's transitions and his smiles. So that man transitions from one mood to another while he's in the same character so effortlessly, so beautifully. It is so great to watch. He has some 8 different smiles, I think. He moves from a look of seriousness into a sly smile, back to seriousness into a genuine smile, and then a look of concern. And all of this happens in a span of 15-20 seconds of a phone call. That conversation and Kumud Mishra in that scene, it's such a small scene, but it is beautiful to watch Kumud Mishra in that kind of form. Once you get beyond these two and the two that I mentioned before that, you get a host of other actors. Vijay Verma being at the very top of that list because he has the next largest share for screen time, and he does not disappoint. In the past, Vijay Verma has had the luxury of roles which have some bit of flamboyance in them. There is this room for the character to blossom, slightly larger than life. It's easier to grab screen presence. But in this case, he is arrested largely to one cockpit and one chair. Even then, he delivers a fabulous performance. There is some bit of drama for sure with politics laid in, because you can't really take that away from it. Anubhav Sinha goes deep into how the decision making was done, spoke to each of the stakeholders involved in the decision making, which is something that I saw on an interview. And he's then constructed all of this together. Overall, the writing does hold true for most of the part. The pacing is slightly patchy. Only drawback that I felt on IC814. So there is tight drama for sure, and there are some thrilling edge of the seat moments because there are lives at stake, literally. It is somewhat of a dark chapter in the Indian democracy. The show and the writing presents these facts from as neutral a viewpoint as possible, and after that it's left for the viewer to understand and take sides on what went right and what went wrong. So I think that's really one of the strengths of this show, that it is not diplomatic. It is presenting facts as they had happened, and that's why I said that it's part docu-series. There was another thing that I didn't really enjoy. The characters of Diya Mirza and Amrita Puri, who play media people, two reporters, or one reporter and one editor. The relationship was slightly random. It wasn't established. You do not get a background to those people and where they are coming from, what point of view do they have on the power of media in general. And those are some of the questions that are raised through this series. So hence their reactions felt slightly abrupt and random. Overall, IC814, the Kandhar Hijack, is very bingeable. We'll be able to breeze through it very, very easily. It's not the most enjoyable watch in the sense that there are dark things happening in the show, and it is a dark chapter in the Indian democracy, like I said. But from a creative standpoint, it is a reasonably good show. Not as mind-blowing as the cast that's on display. Still is a respectable and a good watch. It will go down as one of the good series that we have. I would recommend that you watch it just for the ensemble cast on display. So that's my take on IC814, the Kandhar project. If you watched it, let me know what you thought. Any things that I missed, nuances that you spotted, would love to know. Would love to discuss and chat.